Welcome to another Transits Fridays. So let's have a look at what's happening this week with the astrological planets. We had Pluto entering Aquarius as well this week. So how have you been feeling? Did you notice anything with this shift? It's such a huge shift. And obviously is going to be here for the next 20 years. So we're probably not going to be feeling just this week, but it's something that will be gradually building up. Now, for this week, so from Friday today, the 22nd of November until next Friday, we're definitely going to be experiencing some interesting transits as well, in particular, Mercury going retrograde. So that's what I really want to focus on. That's what I really want to talk to you about it. So I am going to share my screen as usual. Let me know in the comments how you have experienced this week. So how was this shift between, not between, but from Pluto to Capricorn finally entering an Aquarius? So here it is, Pluto 002. How was that for you? Did you notice anything? Did you feel, did you see what's going on, etc.? I have to say that I definitely, since this shift has taken place, I think I've experienced some of the positives of Pluto in Aquarius because I was quite weary before, and I've given talks about Pluto in Aquarius, and I was really being careful to be realistic with this transit and to not just go full mode. We're entering the Aquarius age and just really looking into this with very idealistic eyes. So I was really conscious of that. And I looked into this Pluto transit, in Aquarius that we're all experiencing now a little bit suspiciously, let's say, and I don't want to say suspicious. I want to say trying to be grounded as a good Virgo would do. But recently, since Pluto has entered Aquarius, I think I've been feeling a little bit more optimistic. And in particular, facilitating groups has been really wonderful. And yesterday I had an academy meeting. So my academies, my astrological tarot and astrology academies, and we had this very, very powerful Q&A session. And it just really left me feeling quite elated and excited about the positive potential for this Pluto in Aquarius for groups and like-minded people and empowering each other in group situations and using the group set to empower us individually to empower even more people and have that sort of ripple effect. And I just felt really wonderful. So this is kind of my first impressions of the Pluto in Aquarius. I have been thinking a lot about ageism. I wrote a short blog post about that. I've been reading a book on it as well. And that's another thing which I think I am personally experiencing with this Pluto in Aquarius. But I'll be talking more about that with you, and I'm definitely going to be offering a talk about that. So Pluto in Aquarius and ageism next year. So more on that to come. Now, let me know, how was it for you? What did you notice? How was the full moon in Taurus conjoined Uranus as well? Many surprises. I noticed some of you writing in the comments for me saying that maybe you're going to get more stability based on what I was sharing with you. So did you feel a little bit more grounded? Did you have any sudden changes? What happened? Let me know. All right, so let's look at this week's astrology. Now, obviously, as the thumbnail is saying, we're emphasizing Mercury going retrograde because I think that's the biggie of this week, really. And obviously, we have entered Sagittarius season. Some of my students were really feeling that, and they were sharing that yesterday. And how are you noticing that? So, is it the energy is being lifted up a little bit more? There's a little bit more optimism in the air. I certainly feel a little bit more optimistic as well. Like I shared with you, about Pluto and Aquarius, but the sun enters Sagittarius and is immediately sort of trining Mars and the North Node as well. So that's an interesting kind of grand trine in fire that we're going to be experiencing this week, even though it is the North Node, so still potential for change, for spiritual growth, etc. But still, there's something about vision and optimism that's kind of in the air. There's like a great emphasis in fire now, right? We've got the moon in Leo still today, and Mars in Leo, Mercury in Sag, etc. So there's a bit of a kind of um concerns about self-expression and a bit of a extroverted energy, a bit more optimistic as well. Mercury obviously is still in orb with the opposition to Jupiter, so ideas, insights, visions, etc., all in the air as well. So all in all, honestly, even though we're gonna get Mercury retrograde this week, I think there's a little bit of a breather when it comes to emotional releases, which I think obviously we've experienced with the moon, with a full moon in Taurus and with Scorpio season as well, etc. So let's move on. Let's see day by day here until we get to Mercury retrograde. So during the weekend, we have a moon shifting to Virgo and kind of being friends here with that Venus in Capricorn as well, giving us um a little bit of groundedness, with his energy. Obviously, we're experiencing collectively a shift from earth and water to fire and air. So there is a kind of a general feeling of things kind of picking up and we wanting to externalize things that we've been dealing with internally for a while. So there's this real feeling of like, okay, things are getting ready and ripe for us to share it, or at least we have that feeling of like, I want to actually be a little bit more extroverted with what's been going on here with me. Sunday was still Virgo moon, etc. Here is Monday. Again, not a lot of change going on, just a moon shifting to Libra. But here we are, the 26th of November. I mean, depending where you are in the world, this might be late 25th or early 26th. That's when we have Mercury going retrograde. So Mercury will be turning retrograde this Tuesday at 22 degrees Sagittarius. So forming a trine. So Mercury is going retrograde and a trine to Chiron in the opposition to Jupiter as well is still. So I think there is a lot of healing realizations and insights that will be part of this Mercury retrograde period, right? So Mercury goes retrograde 4 times a year for 3 weeks. That's no news. There's nothing out of the ordinary here. And in fact, I think this is a great opportunity to think about the year that we just coming to an end now. Mercury will be turning direct again in the middle of December, so just 2 weeks before the actual new year. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity for us to just reassess, to rethink, reassess, reconnect, analyze our purpose, our connection to our purpose, our bigger vision of what we're doing, where we're at, of how we create meaning in our lives as well. If it makes sense, if we are in the right direction or not. Like, this is a wonderful time for us to realize that, to think about that, to um re-envision the future, right? And like tweak some of these things that might not be working for us anymore. So it's a really important moment, really, because of where we're at, just being very close to the end of the year and um having that sort of support from the retrogradation. I often say I like to see retrograde planets as a good moment to take a big, deep breath in. It's all about breathing in. And then once the planet moves forward, we can breathe out. So really anything connected with your communication patterns, how you speak, the choices of words, the general situation of your mind right now, of your thoughts, your thinking, writing, teaching, putting something together is a wonderful time for reassessment, for really reassessing, rethinking, re-envisioning, and tweaking it as well. So fear not. This can be a wonderful time for you to just rethink your strategies and just to really rethink your strategies in connection to meaning, in connection to purpose, in connection to the higher vision in your life, which is the gift of Sagittarius, really. So that's kind of where we're at. And I think this is one of the biggest things that are going to be happening this week. So keep an eye on that, keep navigating, keep being your awesome self as well. And keep in mind that this is going to be happening until mid-December. So think about 2024. What was this year about for you? How did it treat you? What did you accomplish? And, etc. And obviously, don't forget to bring into consideration where Sagittarius is in your chart, right? Mercury will go retrograde back to the 6th degree of Sagittarius. So it'll go all the way from 22 to 6 when it's going to be stationing to turn direct again. So where is that portion of Sagittarius in your chart? What house it is? Is it near your midheaven? Is it near your ascendant? Is it close to your lunar nodes or your sun, Mercury, Mars, etc.? Because there's something personally important if that's the case. And so you can really focus on those subjects, those areas while we have that Mercury retrograde. All right. So that's it. I mean, this is next week already, which I'm not gonna talk about. We're here on Saturday already, so let me just go back to Friday. So this is it. This is the big thing for this week. We have this Grand Trine in Fire. We have a little bit of an emphasis on self-expression, creativity, a bit of a more future-oriented energy. And then Mercury turning retrograde as well next week, which is a massive one in terms of re-envisioning, reconnecting with your goals based on your purpose. Are you aligned with your sense of purpose? This is a question I want to leave here for you to reflect. Are you being integral with your authentic, with your authentic goals and meanings and values and etc.? Are you really leaving that or not? So this is going to be a big thing here. And that's it, really. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling. What are you planning to do with this Mercury retrograde? And also, Pluto in Aquarius. Did you experience anything? Did you notice anything? What's going on there for you? And that's it. I'll be seeing you all next Friday when Mercury is already retrograde. So take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Mwah. Lots of love, and I'll see you soon.